Hey lovely sexy gaming people. So premium kit number 2 for Warhammer Stormbringer. Now this is, I forget what it's called, Uruk Warclans. Let me just, Gordrakk, the Fist of Gork, or Gordrakk I should say, the Fist of Gork, which is some sort of chunky boy dragon, and his overlord master, no, his war boss master. So let's put the plastic over here and we will have a look at this. Right, Gordrakk, the Fist of Gork. So Iron Jaws number 6. This is, I mean, this is a really nice mini. I love the look of this. Gordrakk is the boss of bosses, and he claims to be the strongest Uruk that ever lived. He will not stop until he has united all of his kind into a single realm, annihilating War. War! Okay. Gordrakk is a terror to all civilized peoples of the realms and a champion to Uruks everywhere. Over years of battle, Gordrakk has risen to be one of the most respected and feared bosses of all time. Wherever he goes, cities are smashed into dust, armies are shattered, and more Uruks, Grots, Ogres and Gargants flock to his banner. Gordrakk rules by sheer force and regular acts of brutal violence, and he is always looking for new ways to prove his strength. Gordrakk is now determined to batter his way into Azir and defeat Sigmar, thus proving Uruks are better than humans once and for all. So you have roll on the tables below to find out why Gordrakk, the Fist of Gork, has joined your army. So you've got a D6 rolling chart for reasons for joining, and then you've got a D6 rolling chart for chosen tactics. So number 1 is, in this campaign, Gordrakk will use his loyal Maw Crusher Big Teeth as a living battering ram. Number 2, in this campaign, Gordrakk will hunt down the greatest enemy commanders and crush them in combat. Number 3, in this campaign, Gordrakk will use his huge size and voice to draw the biggest and nastiest enemies towards him. Number 4, in this campaign, Gordrakk will taunt and bellow at enemies to shatter their will to fight before charging into them to finish them. In this campaign, Gordrakk will hunt for enemy wizards in order to satisfy Cunning, his mage slaying axe. And number 6, on this campaign, Gordrakk will follow his destructive whims wherever they end up taking him. So yeah, that's quite interesting tactics there. I think that would be a really good random generator for when you're playing a game. Just roll. If you photocopy this, because you can photocopy this, right? This page, cut this out, then fold it in half, and I'll just stick it on a bit of card. And okay, so where was I? Right, said Fred. Now, yeah, you can cut this out and just fold it in half and glue it with a bit of Pritt stick, and then you can just keep that. And whenever you field your Gordrakk, you can think, right, okay, I'll just roll the D6, and then you can use that tactic. So that would be a fun way to include that in the campaign. Okay, then we go into our how to build. Now, he's a big build. He's a big build similar to Krondis, who I've nearly finished painting. Much prefer this the hard plastic to the Reaper Bones vinyl plastic, because that. So I painted up an Arch Dragon from a Reaper Bones Drake, and because it's that polyvinyl plastic, it's yeah, it's gone tacky. I hate it. Anyway, we're talking about Warhammer. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're building up halves and then gluing main halves together. So that's pretty cool. And then his wings. So I think both the wings are folded. And then we build Gordrakk, Fist of Gork. Now he's attached by chains to the dragon, so it may well be that you'll need to place him on the back of the dragon in order to get, because I think if you glue the chains, down, or to his body, but then but you just obviously need the position. So if you're able to stabilize him onto his back, definitely keep this fella separate. And then I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at these winged forearms, and I'm actually thinking that it may be prudent, which I think they've done here. So they've left the dragon, yeah, they've left the main forearms separate. I'll glue all the head on and everything and all the crest, but that would be separate. So keep these separate in order for ease of painting. And then because this is going to my friend, she'll paint him up, hopefully, all being well. So again, we're using similar paints to last time, although we're painting this guy in Uruk Flesh first and then applying a Athonian Camo shade. So we used Athonian Camo shade last time. So yeah, all over. And then we're in with the Coelia green shade as well, and then a wash of Nuln Oil. So we're dry brushing Uruk Flesh in order to bring it all together, but also a dry brush of Ogre Camo. So, and then we're coming in with some Catachan Flesh and Wraithbone. Lead Belcher for the armour panels, and a bit of Avalon Sunset for the Uruk's, what are they called again? The Iron Jaws colour, spot colour. And then we're going to be painting the mask, and then we're on to painting Gordrakk as well. So yeah, there you go, there's plenty. This is a big painting tutorial here. So we're looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 pages painting tutorial for this miniature. And he is looking, he does look good. You know, even though it's a fairly basic tutorial, he is looking good. Do like him. Anyway, Gordrakk, Fist of Gork. So he has a move which is starred. So much in the same way as vehicles in Warhammer 40k, depending on wounds, will affect how much it moves. But he starts with a 12-inch move, and if he suffers 17 or more wounds, his move goes down to 6 inches. So, but he has a 4-up save, he's got 8 bravery, and he's got 20 wounds. So yeah, you really are going to have to get in there. Inward Bursting Roar is an 8-inch range, 6 attacks, 2+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1 rend and 1 damage. The melee weapons, so Smasher, 1-inch range, 5 attacks, 2+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1 rend and 2 damage. Cunning, which is the axe, is 1 inch, 5 attacks, 2+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1 rend and 2 damage. And then Mighty Fists and Tail is a 1-inch range. Obviously we look at the damage table to find out how many attacks, etc. it has. And again, these diminish with the number of wounds that it receives. But it's a 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound. It's -2 rend and it's 3 damage. So there you go. And then Destructive Bulk and Strength from Victory. So premium number 2, Herald of Mayhem. And this is the mission, exclusive mission with this miniature kit. The armies, gather the models listed below for battle. Gordrakk, the Fist of Gork, for destruction, and that's your lot. Then you're going to have the Knight Arcanum, Lord Imperatant, Lord Aquila, Guard of Steel Soul, Stormstrike Chariot, 5 Vindictors, 4 Praetors, and Zandire's Truth Seekers. Okay. It looks like we're playing with all 6 pieces of the Primal Lair scenery and the Azurite Fountain. Right, come down. Let's have a look at this plastic, because this is the interesting bit. Ooh. Right. So another big base. Which is obviously the same size as Krondis's base. And this is a sculpt of, she said, "2016, so this guy's been around a little while, but lovely texture on the skin. I mean, it's nicely recessed, so that hopefully, you know, even if you're a little heavy-handed with brush painting, you're still going to get plenty of detail come through. It's part of the forearms and wings. The chains look great, but the wing texture as well, so you can hear that. So that looks like mostly forearms. It's part of his belly there, I think, and his rear legs. So that looks like his belly. These are his rear legs on this particular sprue. And then the rest of his body. So this is the front bit here with his forearms. And again, this, you know, this recessed, deep recessed lines for the skin. And then the other half of the rear legs there. Okay, brilliant. And then we have Gordrakk himself. Now he's a big boy. So this is one half of his torso there. So when he's put together, there's going to be a lot of him. It's got two axes here. One on each hand. And he's got a kind of like a war spear, I suppose. What's he? What are they building him with? Because you get the option. It looks like they're putting both the axes on him, and it's not giving you the option to put the spear on. So this one and this one are the interchangeable weapons. Oh, and we've got a short sword as well. So you've got three right hand weapon options, and in his left hand I'm assuming this is cunning. Oh, hang on, we've also got like a stabby. We've also for his other left hand. So you've got several weapon options available here, as well as just leaving his left hand empty. So yeah, looking at this, you've got for his right hand, you've got 1, 2, 3 weapon options. For his left hand, you've got cunning, what I'm assuming is cunning, his axe here. Then you've got the a dagger. I mean, it's probably a dagger to him, but it looks more like it should be a sword or a machete, or an empty hand. So take your pick. This is a big chunky boy. But there you go. Those are the options. Yeah, and he's looking good. I like him. So come back and we'll get him built. Okay.